About ups and downs. I'm having a down, sorta. Can never tell where it's going. Um, Not going to be on too long, but just wanted to give an update on me and talk about the roller coaster that is psych withdrawal and benzo withdrawal syndromes. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Um, if anybody's been following me lately, knows that I've been in a pretty bad setback because I started completely overdoing it, eating shit I probably shouldn't be eating, compounding stuff. Some things I could do once in a while, and I should have kept it that way. But stuff compounded on to each other and so on, and then I got a nerve conduction test or whatever it was called from carpal tunnel, where they put some electrical jolts through your nerves. Um, don't do that in benzo withdrawal syndrome unless with benzos it's your receptors are messed up, um, and the nerves are pretty much shot and super fragile. And I was an idiot and didn't really think much about it, but I got a nerve test for my carpal tunnel, and that threw me back into a withdrawal type state that was very, very severe, and it still is. It's been about 3 weeks, I guess. Um, some days are better than others. I'm up and down right now, and tonight is a down for sure. But I've been working a lot, and it's hard for me to stop. I have to work, and taking breaks and just laying around is just not hard. It's not easy for me because it's just not easy. I've been doing it for so many years. I'm just sick of it. But healing is definitely not linear, and I know you've heard that before. And the ones who haven't. It is not linear. Healing isn't like this. Healing isn't like this. Healing is like this. That's what it's like. And every time you get into setbacks and fall in withdrawals, and you think you're doing better, you're probably going to crash. You're probably going to have setbacks. You're going to do something that sets you back. You're going to eat something different and it's going to set you back. Oh, yeah. That's right. Sorry. Ah, howdy. Um, you're going to do things that set you back. It is absolutely inevitable. And I've been very vigilant my whole withdrawal uh, time. Um, it's been 7.5 years since got off benzos. And then I got poly drugged by a bunch of drugs. I had to taper drugs. I'm still tapering Remeron, blah, blah, blah. It's for people who don't know. And the Remeron is keeping my nervous system completely fucked. But it's what I have to do. It's either that or cold turkey it and become uh, completely disabled, because that's what would happen. Um, yesterday was a little bit better of a day. I'm having a decent day here and there, but more bad days right now. But like tonight, I've got a fucking headache. Not a migraine yet. I'm hoping it doesn't turn into one, but hopefully I'll be sleeping by the time I get to that point. Um, I've had derealization all day, fog. I mean, I have it every day anyway, but it's just a lot thicker tonight. So it's been a down day for sure. I got a lot of pain and my body's still squirming, but honestly, it's not as bad as it was considering how much I kind of worked this week. So I'm kind of glad for that. So it could be worse, but holy shit. Anxiety's still high, and that's revving things up. But it's not as high as it used to be, like last week. So just taking it day by day. It seems like it's my world is going my lows, it'll get really low, and then I'll go back up, and then I'll go low, but not quite as low. Kind of like how it is at the beginning of benzo withdrawal. It's like terrible, then a little better, then terrible, then a little better, then terrible, but not quite as terrible, and so on. And then sometimes it'll crash bad and whatever. But point is, you can do almost anything through this process, and you're gonna fuck up, and that's it. You're gonna make mistakes. Just like as I always try to do, is be as vigilant as possible. I've let my guard down a lot in recent, and I'm paying for it. And it's my own fault. I'm paying for it. But after 7.5 years of this stuff, you get exhausted and you just do what you got to do to try to live your life. But then your body and brain let you know, hey, you can't live your life like everybody else. You can't. You're sick. It's a disability, and you're going to have to realize it. So I've had some realizations lately that, it's like when my body gets this fucked up, I can't do a lot of things. But if I can do them, I'm going to have to make changes in how I do things. I might have to be pushed around in a fucking wheelchair when I'm in bad fucking shape. I might have to. Because when I walk, it makes my symptoms so much worse that I can't heal if I'm always putting stress on my body. So that's going to have to be something I might have to do. And then thinking about after I am off Remeron and I need to heal, then I might have to do that then too for a while, just to let my body have a break so it can continue to heal versus always putting stress on it. I always looked at it as an analogy, like it's a pitcher of water. It's so easy to pour the water in, and that's how I think of the symptoms coming on and making your symptoms worse. It's so easy, pour that water in, it's so fast. But you put a little pinhole and let the water trickle out, that's healing. It's slow. It's fucking slow. I mean, this isn't for everybody, mind you, but this is for me and a lot of other protracted people. But healing is slow. It's very slow. So that water trickling out, that's your healing. So the water's going down real slow and you're feeling better, but then life comes in, stress comes out, now more water's poured in. You're trickling back down, you're healing again. And then then more stress happens. You get, you get COVID. Oh, you're back up here. Oh, now you're going to trickle down a little bit real slow. Oh, you're going to finally start feeling a little bit better. Oh, I got a cold. Oh, fucking, it's so hard to get momentum on healing in the life we have to live. So if anything that can make it keep going down, it's like you might get a cold, but instead of, walking everywhere and doing everything else, find better ways to do it so you can get a little bit more momentum on healing. Oh, my head fucking hurts. I'm not staying on tonight. But five minutes, maybe more. So yeah. I'm just going to enjoy the holidays. I'll probably try to pop back on Christmas Eve. But I probably won't be on much during the week. I got a lot going on next week with holidays and personal stuff and whatever. Some things I had planned to do. I was feeling better when that stuff was planned, so it's going to be a lot harder to do, but I'm going to do them because they were planned. But Things that aren't planned, I'm not making any more plans. That's for sure. But uh, I am not the norm when it comes to benzo withdrawal syndrome. Benzo withdrawal in general or psych drug withdrawal. I am not the norm at all. I knew I was completely sensitive. I mean, I was kindled, and I don't even say that too much, but I was kindled, and hence why I had such a bad reaction. I would say a year before I even went on Xanax and whatever, I was taking Valium. I have a broken ear. And this is what reminded me today because my ear is all fucked up, crackling and shit. I have a broken muscle in my ear that any kind of sound, I don't even, it's hard to explain, any kind of sound will make the volume go up and down and crackle and it starts to hurt. Sometimes it feels better. But I took Valium off and on for like a year, just once in a while, just to try to make that feel better. That's what that stupid doctor prescribed me, an ENT. He would give me 90 Valium a month, some shit like that. I used to have bottles of that stuff. But I would take one once in a while, every few days and whatnot, for like a year. No issue whatsoever. Well, no issue that I felt or knew of. Obviously, there was an issue happening, but I tapered it for 2 weeks. I had no idea why because I figured I wasn't really taking it much anyway, but I did anyway. I would take a little less and a little less, and I had no issue. I felt like I was having no issue. After that, no, nothing. I realized it wasn't really helping my ear too much, but it was calming me the fuck down, and I kind of liked that. But anyway, and then when I got on Xanax because I wanted to take care of some of my low-lying anxiety that I fucking always had, and I fucking hated it. I was starting to have issues when I was going out to work, and my stomach would start dropping. You know, I'd feel like I was looking over a ledge, like I am right now. Well, that's what it feels like. And so I thought I'd take care of it, and suggested this stuff, Xanax and whatever. And yeah, it was a fucking miracle drug for like 3 days. And then all of a sudden it wasn't working as good. All of a sudden, really, really fucking fast. Started taking a little more, started getting weird symptoms, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, there's more to the story, but it started getting so fucked up so fucking fast within 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, I was hallucinating. I was sweating. I was having major interdose withdrawals. All this was happening. My skin was burning. All this stuff. It was so intense. I'm like, how is this happening within like 2 weeks? I was fucking terrified. And I'm like, I could keep going up and up and up on the dose, but I'm like, I'll end up killing myself. So the doctor told me it was a baby dose and I could just get off of it, and he just took me off of it. Well, actually, at one point, he transferred me to Klonopin. Whatever. Fucking stupid asshole. And that didn't make a fucking difference. I don't even remember exactly how that happened, but all I know is then he just took me off of it, and I did myself a 2-week taper, which obviously is fucking pointless. So basically cold turkeyed me off of it. It wasn't even that high of a dose of benzos, but still, it's probably equal to 10 milligrams of Valium or something. I have no idea. Don't remember anymore, too long ago. And then after that, I got polydrugged on a bunch of fucking stupid drugs. What was it? Seroquel, gabapentin, heart medication, the Propa something, whatever, that one. There was another psych one in there, and Remeron. There was like 5 or 6. I don't remember anymore. At least not off the top of my head tonight. But yeah, let's see. Ty? Uh, Kindle is a major factor most people aren't aware of. It's the primary cause of major problems of mine and other people I know. Yeah, I mean, I don't even talk about it too much because I forget about it. And it wasn't until my ear gets fucked up like it is tonight. I go, oh yeah, that volume, that Valium. Oof, that was ridiculous. And if it wasn't for that, the doctor prescribed me dumbass drugs for something that doesn't even make any sense. He's like, because it was a muscle problem. And he's like, he's going to give me a muscle relaxer. But he should just give me a muscle relaxer, not a fucking benzo. But I mean, made no fucking sense. None of that made any fucking sense. The whole thing was a fucking disaster. And I had to get off of it. And to getting off of it in general put me through the most torture I've ever encountered. And still to this day, it fucked me up so bad. It fucked up my nervous system so bad that I still deal with it today. I know I can get better because I can feel it happening. Not recently, but I can feel it happening. I was getting some of my life back for sure. I mean, I would still have a long fucking road, but it was still better than fucking what it was. And every year it got a little better. And the lower I get on Remeron, the better. So, I'll have to just get off Remeron. Give me a couple years after I get off of Remeron. So it's probably like 5 years from now. I'll probably be doing okay. I'll probably have much better lifestyle. As long as my body can handle it and it keeps me, I stay alive. My body can tolerate it. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go eat. My fucking head hurts tonight. Just got a headache. Work too much. But I have to, Oh, geez, tinnitus. Yeah, I've always had tinnitus. And the weird thing is, the benzos ended up making my tinnitus way worse. Isn't that a fucking trip? So, yeah, I can completely relate. I could see why they recommend benzos for a little bit for tinnitus to like calm everything down or something. But yeah, it's like maybe once, twice. But none of this stuff should actually be prescribed for I would say more than 3 or 4 days. They say 2 weeks now. Like some say they try not to prescribe it for more than 2 weeks, but I still think 2 weeks is too much because by the time I was 2 weeks, I was fucked. So I'd say it's something that you could take once in a while. That's it. Realistically, it shouldn't be prescribed to use at all, except for surgeries or something. But it's like now I have to be fucking anal every time I fucking go into the doctor and be like, oh, I can't take benzos because I'm allergic to it. How are you allergic to it? Oh, last time I took benzos, my throat was closing. So they won't fucking give it to you if you tell them that. But it's like you feel like such an asshole every time. And then every time I go to a restaurant now, is that served with alcohol? Is you cooked it with alcohol? I feel like such an asshole every time I fucking say that, but I have to say it. And sometimes I haven't. Sometimes I should have asked and I didn't. So I think it went okay, but it's too hard to tell. Too hard to tell. But I need to be asking more. I mean, I'm not talking about it like if I go to Chili's or something, that'll be obvious that, some things won't be, or a fast food joint. And honestly, I don't eat any of those I don't eat a fast food anyway, but if I do, because sometimes I like to eat French fries. And I won't, if there's fresh cut French fries, I'll get those once in a while. It's like one of my things I can eat here and there. And we're not like McDonald's, but but it's like I don't need to ask if that's just cooked in alcohol. But almost anything else, you almost have to ask. Anyhow. Yeah, if we could go back and say, well, all I had was low-lying anxiety. Like if I went back, if somebody just said, yeah, you could have just fucking got on a little CBD and that'll probably calm you down just a little enough to fucking get by. That probably would have worked great. I could have done some fucking CBD, smoke a little weed or something too. It would have been fucking great. But no, instead they put me on the hardest fucking drugs there are, and it completely destroyed me. And they do not give two shits about me. That's how it is, though. They don't care. And now I just scare people pretty much. Oh, but you're just fucked up, Dan, because you're fucking on Remeron and you're not tapering right and you're not doing this. And I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks anymore. I just don't. I'm fucked up. This is my story. It's not your story. And that's it. Anyway, before I get all stressed out, I'm out of here. I'll try to come back on Christmas Eve, probably Sunday night. So until then, take care. Have a great night.